understand English?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Perfectly? Okay. Everybody, anybody here who speaks English but they are like, they're scared to speak English? No? No one's in crippling fear? No? You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay? Alright, ако искаш да говориш български не е добър, моят български не е добър. Ако аз може да говориш български не е добър, ти може да говориш английски не е добър, няма проблем. So you don't need to be afraid to speak really bad English, because I speak terrible Bulgarian. So, and we have some helpers over here. And you can ask them their names. Okay, so, my name is Raymond Steers, and I'm a film director, and a writer, and an actor, and I need... Hi, grab a seat. I need you guys to move all these tables, because they're in the way. So give me some room, get up, take the stuff off the tables, push them back so that we can have as much space here in the middle, especially all the way back as possible. Just move these tables out of here. And this thing, we're going to get rid of these. More. Just rid of these things. Take these and push them back over there.
You know, the thing is that you see how they're connected? This is the maximum. Yeah, so we can just like still
We're gonna need all of this space here. So let's turn those two like this and slide them that way.
Can I sit here?
Yeah, you can sit there. But you're not going to be sitting down. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Everybody stand up. Nobody's sitting down for this class at all. This is not a sit-down class. Okay, everybody in the back, come on, stand in the middle. Everybody over here. Okay, in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. There we go. Come on. All right, great. Okay, so. Hold that. Hold that. And you hold this. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so what is that? What is it? What is it? It's film. Okay, does anybody have any scissors? Okay. If you grab a piece and you go like that, it'll break. And if you look at this one, you can hold it up against the light. Everybody take a piece and go over to the window and hold it up against the light. You're going to have to go over there. Just take it to the window and hold it up long enough to look at it. Over here like this.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, you can keep it. You can keep it if you want, it's not a problem. Alright. So now, what's the difference between the two types of film? There's this kind, right? And can you see through it? No. And then there's the other kind, you can see through it, right? And it has what on it? Pictures, right? Not this one, but this one. So, the difference is that this is how you start. This is called negative. And all this was once this, okay? It's a process. So a filmmaker's job, when you make a movie, when you make a film, the job is to take this and to turn it into that. And that's the whole job. And if you take this, and if you look at it really close, you can see that there's just a bunch of little pictures. And on the side, there's these two squiggly lines. You see the two lines?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, what are those two lines? Anybody? What do you have when you watch a movie? You see, and what else? What else? What is watching a movie like? You see pictures and you
hear it.
Okay, so what are the two lines, the two skinny weird lines?
The sound.
The sound. How can we make the two skinny lines become sound? We don't know? Well, how do we turn the pictures that's on here into a big picture up on the wall when we're in the movie theater? Anybody? Well, what you do is you take a really bright light, like the sun, and you shine it through there, and then you take a lens and you project it on the wall. And you do the same thing with the two little squiggly lines. You shine a little tiny light through them, and then that makes the light go like this really fast, and that makes sound. And there's two lines, because you have stereo, left and right. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So, what is this? Well, that's not a very good circle, is it? Let's try drawing a real circle. Okay, it's a little bit better. Well, I'm a bad circle drawer. Okay.
Our eyes?
Yes, it's an eyeball. Okay, and how does it work? You basically got two halves, right? You got the front half that everybody can see, and then you got the back half that you never want to see. You don't want to pop your eye out, don't do that. Okay, so this part, what is this part called in the back? Anybody? The retina. Okay, and what's this part called in the front?
This is lens.
It is, it's your lens, okay? So this is your lens, and this is your retina. Yeah, that's how you spell retina. Okay, so, now, a camera is similar. It's like this, and then, over here, there's a lens, okay? And this is the film, right here, and this is the lens, right here. So a lens is made out of what? Glass? Yeah. What is the window made out of?
Glass.
Okay, so when I look out the window, everything seems perfect, right? Completely like it should.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference between a window that's made out of glass and a lens that's made out of glass? Anybody? Okay, let's look at some lenses.
Виждате нещата през прозореца и как ги се виждат през леща.
Okay, so these are two lenses, and here's two lenses. All right, let's put the lenses in the middle. Everybody gather around. Make a hole. Make a hole. Okay. So hold that. Do not drop it because it costs a lot of money. Okay. Hold that. Come on. Do not drop it. It costs a lot of money. Okay. And then I'm going to show you this lens. Okay. So. You can get this one. Who's got steady hands? You? You got steady hands? Alright, that's a 2000 level lens, don't drop it. Okay. So I'm going to unscrew the cap on this lens. This is a 300 millimeter lens. Right? And the backs are covered to keep the dirt out of them. And I want you to take a look at the top of that lens. Is that glass flat or is it curved? Okay, but is it curved a lot or is it curved just a little bit? Okay, so now let's take a look at this lens. Okay, don't touch the glass with your fingers because you'll get oil on the glass. Okay, so now this is a 200 millimeter lens, which means it's smaller than the 300, right? And you can tell because it says 200. Now, this glass, is it curved or is it flat? It's still curved though. Okay, now, hold that, don't touch the glass. Now that's a 150 millimeter lens. Okay, now this glass is also curved. Okay, hold that. And this,
Everyone's curved.
yeah, they're all curved. This is a 50 millimeter lens, and if you can see inside there, it's hard to tell, but it's also curved. Now the difference is, the bigger the lens, the more flat the glass. And the smaller the lens, the more curved the glass. Okay, so now, if you look through here, everything is kind of there. Like that. Okay. If you look through here, it's kind of not straight, right? Everything's all right. Okay, but it's made out of glass, right? Made out of glass here. Hold that. Hold it. Don't drop it. Okay. Can you see my elbow? It's really big, right? Okay. Dude, what's up, man? Okay, so look. Hold that. Don't drop it. Don't touch the glass. Okay, so let me see this one. Okay, what do we see when we, okay, what do we notice about these lenses? They're made of glass and the window is made of glass and we can see through the window and everything is clear, but we look through the lenses and everything is all kind of, whoa, kind of funny, right? You look funny, you look funny, you guys all look, I mean you look funny anyway, but you look funny, even more funny. Okay, why is that? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so, all right, let me go over here and let's put these lenses down carefully. Okay, and this one. So, glass bends light. Where was that pen? I dropped this in place, right? What did I do with it? It's in the, send me the pen that's in the box there.
Marker.
Marker? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so glass bends light. If the glass is flat on both sides, the light goes through and it doesn't really get bent, and this is like your window.
Бенде огъвам, нали разбрах? Мисля,
Okay.
че светлината се огъва през прозореца, обаче
Да,
движи
причуп,
право,
да.
не се огъва и се вижда нормално.
So when you look at a lens that's like 50 millimeters, it's pretty curved, right? When you look at a lens that's 300 millimeters, it's not very curved. So, this glass is going to bend the light more than this will, right? Think of your window as a lens that's an endless amount of millimeters. It's the longest lens in the world because it doesn't bend light, okay? Have you ever been in a really old house or a really old building?
Yeah.
And you go and you look at the windows and the windows are really old and you look and stuff outside is kind of like, oh, wavy? Yeah, like in your grandmother's house maybe? That's because of this, because glass bends light. And we used bending glass to bend light so that when the light comes in, it can go like this and then go like that, right? Light comes in, goes like this, and then it goes like that. And if you put the film here, how big is that film? How big is the picture on your pieces of film? Is it this big? Look at it. Look at it. How big is it? Show me with your fingers. How big is it on your film? Right? How many millimeters is that? Okay, so the film is called 35 millimeter film, which means the whole thing is 35 millimeters wide. So we know that it's less than 35 millimeters, so it's about 17 tall and it's about 25 wide. Right? So that's a really small thing, but we're making a picture, well that was yours, right? We're making a picture of the whole world. So we gotta take the whole world out here, and we gotta make it 24 by 17 millimeters, right? So we use lens, the curved glass, to take the light from the world and push it down into this one little spot. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Okay. So, the wider the lens, or what we call a short lens, okay, this makes more curvature. Okay, so why do you have a selfie stick for your phone? When you take a selfie, you can take a selfie right here, or you can take a selfie stick and take a selfie from out here, right? Does anybody have a selfie stick?
Yeah.
Shame on you. Okay, so why do we use a selfie stick? Yes, but why do we want that? Do we look funny when we hold the phone right here and take a picture of ourselves? We look kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
So we go like this, right? And then we want to take a picture of our friends, we're like, ah! And then we're like, oh, I better get a selfie stick, and you try to get it far away, right? Because the farther away it is, the less fun you look, right? So when you take your phone and you hold it like right here and you take a selfie, what gets really big?
The nose.
Your nose gets really big, right? Okay, so if this is the window and you're standing over here and you look totally normal, right? But if the window's like this, your cell phone has a very, very short lens. It's about 3 millimeters, right? So it makes everything curved. And usually when you take a picture with your phone, you're taking a picture of a person, and what's in the middle of a person's face? Your nose. Okay, so have you ever noticed when you watch movies and you see actresses and actors, they have really tiny, pointy little noses? Yeah, they do, right? Now you know why. Because if you got especially if you got a big round nose like mine, and you have a cell phone and you hold it up to me, you get a really big nose, man, and you look funny. Because of this. Because of that. So, what we do is if we want to make something look less curved, we use a longer lens, a 300 millimeter lens. So, what I do is I take this big long lens, and I put it on a camera, and then I put you in the back of the room, and I zoom in and then your face looks totally flat. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, now, when the captain put these
Maybe I
back.
can revise in Bulgarian.
Please, please.
Така, само ще за всеки случай, нали?
Да, би било добре,
Никой няма
защото...
да се каже, че не разбира, но аз все пак ще преведа. Идеята на цялото нещо е, че колкото по-извита е лещата на самата камера, както е вашите на телефоните, много извита е. Спри, като взимате снимки близо, всичко изглежда много голямо. Идеята е да се отдалечиш, за да може лицето да изглежда плоско и да се вижда как ти се виждаш. Затова, когато се снимат филми, се взима и тази голямата леща, която Рей взе, защото тя може да се приближава много наблизо. Ще виждаш обекта да е близо, не трябва да си до него, не трябва да го снимаш отдалече и да приближиш. Така няма да изглежда голям, защото няма да леща да му е забряна в лицето, но просто ще се зумни отдалече и така ще се вижда нормално. Мисля, той ги обяснява тези неща, защото е много важно да се снима филми, да снимаш хората правилно, за да не изглеждат смешно, нали? И за да се разбира кой какво трябва да прави. И той цялата идея. Да изглеждат нормални лицата, за които са нужни различните типове лещи. За да не изглеждат такива носовици, такива очите и така нататък. Разбрахте ли?
That's right. Okay, so, what's that?
Minifilm.
Mini film. Okay, here's another piece.
This is a timer.
Okay, so if the big film is 35 millimeters, this is 16 millimeters. There's lots of sizes of film, and that goes on there, and this goes on here, and this goes on there. Yeah. All right. So now let's spread out a bit. Let me give you some room. And we're going to lay out some stuff here. You guys are messy. Okay. There's this. There's that.
Вижте, ако ни разбирайте, питайте.
Okay.
Разбираш ли?
And there's this.
Добре, но ако има нещо, което разбирате, питайте.
And there's this.
Раница и това си тук да помагат.
Okay.
Добре? Не се притеснявайте.
And there's this.
Ние не сме знали повече английски на вашите години, смисъл. Всичко се учи с времето и с много питане.
Okay. So, now, all of this stuff is real film equipment. You can use it to make a real movie, okay? And I used it to make 2 movies. So, what I want you guys to do is open it carefully, and we're going to look inside. Not going to touch anything yet, but we're going to open the boxes. So go ahead and once you open that box, and open this box,
Само се отваря.
and somebody open the gray box, and somebody open this box, and somebody open that. Okay?
Alright, that's a bag of time.
I know. Okay. Okay, so.
Направо пръст.
These books are actually old movie books, film books in Bulgarian. See? That's a catalog. Here's a catalog from 1988. I think you guys were not alive in 1988. Here's a book about how to make films and all about film and lenses. It's all in Bulgarian.
How do we read it?
I don't need to read it because I read it all in English, but you can read it. Here. Okay. So, what's this? Anybody? It's a camera. It's a 16 millimeter camera. So it uses that little film we just had. Okay. And what's that in that box over there? A microphone. And what's that in the bag? You got it. You can take it out of the bag. Go ahead. Anybody know what that is?
It's a monk.
No, it's not. Let me see it. Okay. So, we can loosen it up. It's made out of aluminum, right? Yeah. Feel how light this is. Everybody just touch it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Feel how light that is? Do you know why it's so light?
Да може да слоят по-големи.
It even gets longer. Look. Here, you can do this. It gets even longer. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's pretty long, right? Yeah, so this is called a boom mic. And it's inside
Is this for the decor?
a fuzzy blimp. Inside of here is a microphone, what's called a shotgun microphone, because it looks like a shotgun, bang! And it's inside a housing, and on the outside it has this fur, right? Really ugly. And what you do is, we're gonna okay.
It's not that light anymore, Ray.
Okay, let go. Okay, we gotta spin this. And there's a person on set. He's usually a really tall guy, but it can be a girl, it can even be a short person.
Има човек винаги, докато се снима филм, който обикаля с тази пръчка с микрофона.
We're gonna twist. Keep twisting this way. Yeah. Keep going. All right. So this is for the audio. So the actors' voices can be picked up, okay? That's good right there. So now, somebody hold that with their two hands above their head. Can you do it? Maybe it's gonna take 2 of you, 3 of you. Ready? Okay. Yeah, so I'm an actor. And I'm over here, yeah, and there's a guy whose job it is to hold that thing hours and hours, like all day long. And he gets paid a lot of money to keep from smacking the actor in the head. Like if you got Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and all your favorite actors and you're like, boom, in the head, that's a lot. Yeah, so that's a boom microphone, okay, we can put it down.
Can I touch it?
Huh?
Can I try?
Yeah, you can touch it. Does anybody know why it's fuzzy? Anybody know why it's all fuzzy? Yes. What is it? Wind. You know when you're on the phone and you're walking down the street and the wind is blowing and it's like... This is for that. If you take your phone and you wrap it in this stuff and you walk around with a big fuzzy thing on your face, you won't hear that. You'll look really silly, but you'll never hear the... It'll be totally quiet and be really cool. Okay, let's put that down and let's take a look in this box here. This is a director's kit, okay? And it's got some stuff you probably have seen before. What's that? Okay, we call this a slate. We also call it a clapperboard, okay? A slate. Most people call it a slate. And it's just like the whiteboard in the front of the class. We can write on it with whiteboard pens. So right here we would put the name of the film. Of course you can take a photo with it. But you have to come up with a really good name for your movie first. Like my awesome...
Random American guy shouting at me.
They're all old films. Yeah, okay. My awesome film. Okay, this is roll 1, scene 33, take 65A. The director is Raymond. Okay. My handwriting is really bad. The camera is a camera, and the date is today. Right? We would normally put a date on here, like 2019. Oh wait, this is Baba Marta Day, right? Oh wait, we gotta do that in red though, right? Okay. Uh-oh. What's the day? And then we could use this, but the only people who would know what day it was is people in Bulgaria. So, okay, so that's a slate. What else do we got in here? What's this? Anybody know what that is? This is called a color card. And it's a special card that has these special colors on it. And these colors, when you buy this card, this isn't just like a random card. You gotta buy this on the internet. It costs about 60 leva, okay? And this card, when you buy this card, this color blue, if I buy this card and this color blue, and somebody else buys this card, this color blue is gonna be exactly the same. And this color, all these colors for these cards are gonna be exactly the same. And what we do is before we start the movie, before the actors start talking, we put this in front of the camera, we go like this. And then later, if we do that every time, then later when we go to edit the movie, we can go, oh, this blue is supposed to be the same as this blue. But if we look at one shot where this blue looks blue, but if we look at another shot where this blue looks more like that blue, then we know that the color in one shot is not the same as the color in another shot. And we can change the color to make all the shots of the same color. Does that make sense? It's called the color card.
I can translate very quickly.
Please.
Значи тази карта се слага в началото, преди да почне да снимат всяка сцена, и се слага пред камерата. И накрая, когато се снимат всички сцени, филма вече всички е заснети, го минават с компютъра и сравняват в началото на всяка сцена дали цветовете изглеждат по същия начин, както са го сложили в началото в първата. Идеята е да няма единия, примерно, да е по-към червените тонове или другата сцена да е по-към сините. Смисъл, идеята цветовата гама да е постоянна през целия филм, да няма някакви непостоянности. И това като може, и това, понеже, както той каза, купуваш го от интернет и са едни постоянни цветове, един и същи тон като цяло. И универсално се ползва навсякъде, просто за да има постоянство в самия филм.
And this is called a gray card, and it's exactly 18% gray. So if white is 0% gray and black is 100% gray, this is 18% gray. So, and this is the same like the color card, except instead of made for color, it's made for brightness. So if I'm shooting your scene, right? I'm shooting you, and it's 3:15 in the afternoon, and the light is perfect, and then you get your lines all wrong. You made a mistake, and we have to go, oh, tomorrow, we come back tomorrow. But we can't shoot at 3:15, we have to shoot at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the light is not the same at 7 o'clock in the morning, so you look different. Maybe you're wearing the same costume, the same makeup, your hair is the same, but you're going to look different. But if I hold this card up next to you, and I take your picture, and I did that yesterday, went 3:15, and then I go later and I look at those two pictures and I go, oh, everything's the same except the 18 gray is not the same. And then I just change the brightness of the image until it matches perfectly. Does that make sense? Yeah? That's why when you watch a movie, it takes months, sometimes a year to make a movie. And sometimes you'll see one scene that was shot maybe 5 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday in February, and then you'll see the end of that scene that was shot at 10 o'clock at night in, July. And it has to look exactly the same. And so we use things like this and that to make sure that everything looks the same when we do different takes. It's called movie magic. We're going to get into that. Okay, this is not tissue for your nose. It's not, this is special Kleenex, and it's made for cleaning the lenses. Because if you take paper and you clean the glass in the lens, like you don't want to use paper on your glasses because it'll scratch. But you can use this paper, because it's special paper made for glass. Okay. What about this? This is a light meter. This is a light meter with a dead battery. But the way you do that,
That light светлина.
yeah, it's a computer for light, and you open this like that, and then you hold it and you press the button and it measures exactly the amount of light. And if you put in the speed of the film and you put in all the things, it'll tell you exactly what your settings are. It's a special light computer, and it has a little lens. See? Yeah. So you can see just. Yeah. So if the battery wasn't dead, you could push the buttons, and then when you look through it, right?
Yeah.
And it has a very small circle. Very small circle.
Yeah.
Because if I want to look at your face and I want to know how much light is here, how much light is here, and how much light is here, I can go boom, 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 and then I know. See, check. Look, hold it. Zoom. You see? And then you press a little button and then the numbers inside would light up. Okay.
They have different lights.
Me? I do, yeah, I do have a brown eye and a blue eye. This probably also has a dead battery.
Може да излезете, че бъдете това всичкото, само внимайте къде се случи, защото е много. Интересно ли ви до сега?
This is a color meter. Okay? So this is the opposite of this. This shows you a color, and this will tell you it's a special computer for colors. So we hold this inside the light, and then we press the button, and it tells us exactly what color is. So if we want to make sure that the color in this room is the same as the color in the next room, we use this special color computer. We hold it in front of the light, we press the button, and it says this is this exact kind of orange, this exact kind of green, or this exact kind of red. Okay. This is really fun. This is called the director's eyeglass, right? And you'll see the director and the cinematographer. Does anybody know what a cinematographer is? Director of photography?
Оператора.
He's going to wear this around,
Режисьора и оператора.
right? And if I want to know what it's going to look like before I start shooting, I use this little thing right here. And I go, oh yeah. And I go, you know what? Maybe I want to change the aspect ratio. Maybe I want to change the lens length. So if I say, I want to say, what does a 400 millimeter look like? Ah, okay. So, right. Let's put that around your neck.
Това са като много видове камери, много видове лещи събрани в това малко.
Look at this guy.
Режисьор, оператор.
Look at this. Okay. So now, watch. When I change this, what changes? It gets more like this, right?
Yeah.
But if I go like that, look at the front. See? You see the square in the front? As I change this, it goes from being really square to really skinny, right? So, okay. And if I push this in, it changes the length. Okay, pass that around to everybody. Okay, so when you look, what you want to do is you want to spin the thing. If you spin it, you're going to see it go like this. And if you go like this, you're going to see it move in and out, okay? Everybody try it.
Ray, can you say the name again?
It's called a director's viewfinder. Okay. Anybody know what that is? Filter. Very good. This one is a little orange. You put the lens on the camera, and then you screw this on top of the lens, so you can make the light orange. And why would you want to make the light orange?
Light is running
Bright.
and bright.
Sometimes it's because you want to take the light down. Sometimes it's because you want to change the color. If the light is very blue, and you want to make the light not blue, the opposite of blue is orange. So you put orange in front of the blue light, and you make clear light, white light. See? Okay. What else have we got? This is pretty important. This is not made for the movie industry, but we use it all the time. And okay, this. Look, see the dot up there? Okay, it says. What does that say? It's a way to measure distance. So if I want to know exactly how far it is to the back wall, I just press the button, and it says, ooh, it says the battery's down. Okay, it says 1.902 meters, right? Why do I need that?
For my cat.
You need it because the lenses. Hey, can one of you girls grab me a lens out of the lens box, please? Okay, the lenses have two settings. One is how much light, and that's called the iris, and it makes the light, the hole in the center gets smaller. And one is called the focal distance, so it's how far away. So, if I want to make sure that you're in focus, I can use one of those, or I can use a regular, what is this, tape measure? Ruletka? Okay. So, if I'm going to shoot you, right, I'm going to set up the camera, and don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. If the camera's right here, then I know it's 87 centimeters. And then I set the lens 87 centimeters, and then you're in focus, right? I don't want you to be blurry, I want you to be sharp. So, I'm always measuring how far away is the actor from the camera. Okay, so, let me see that. I'm going to put all this stuff back. Aha! So, on the lens, you can see that there are two rings, right? There's this ring, right? And then there's this ring. Okay. If you look inside here, it's really easy to see. As I spin that, what happens? You see that? You see that? What is that called? It's called an iris. And your eyeball has the same thing, you know? Right? So, everybody see this? Can you see that? Okay. Now, so the iris is when it's really, really bright light, maybe in the sunlight or there's lots of lights, but I want it to be really dark. I close that down until there's less light coming through the lens. Okay?
Can you show it just to leave? Yeah. No, down to them. Get it.
You see? It's a special gate made out of little tiny pieces of special metal. Okay. And we have numbers on here. What does that say? 3.1, 4, 5.6, 8, 11, and 16. Okay? So, those are what we call f-stops. And they're on every lens. And so, if I'm the camera person and I say F11, then the guy goes, oh, F11, right there, and that's how I set. And after I just took my measurement, right, then I go over here to this line, and I go, oh, that's 2 meters, 4 meters, 5, 6, 10 meters, look, and eventually, I get to 30, and after that, there's this little weird, there's this funny little symbol, looks like an 8 sideways. Do you know what that is? Right, perfect. What's the word for infinity? Okay, there you go. Without it. Okay. That's why we need all of this stuff, because we got to figure out how much light there is, We got to figure out what color the light is. We have to figure out how much light we want. And we have to figure out how far away everybody is. Okay. So, let me put all this stuff back in here. And we got to take care of this stuff because it costs a lot of money to buy. We got to be careful we don't break it. So, it doesn't mean that you can't make a movie without any equipment. You can't. You can make a movie. You can make a movie with your cell phone. It's not going to look so good, but if you got a good story, right? And there it is. If you've got a good story, and your acting is really good, and the subject is interesting, then you can make a movie even with your cell phone. Okay, so where's my slate? Yeah. Okay. So, right. Okay. So now, I think I had more stuff in here. There was those books. Okay. So now.
Right.
Yes. That please. Okay. There was a little lens cap.
Оранжевата леща.
Филтъра къде? Филтъра къде?
Не, дали са.
Дали ли са? Ами, защото не виждам, за това се качва.
Has anybody seen a little cap that goes with this?
Такова. Преди имало капачката. Капачката. Right, what was the name of in English this the white cloth stuff?
Slate. Yeah.
What do you call it? Just slate or movie slate or film slate?
Just slate, film slate, yeah. I think I must have put it someplace. I lost it.
Я вижте, уверяйте се дали е паднало долу, някой да ми го прибрал без да иска. Капачето на това. Капачето на това.
Sure I had it.
Потърсете го, моля ви. Тук не е идвало. Вие там обикаля около вас. Потърсете го някой, като бъде взел, да не го прибрал просто докато гледал.
That's okay, we're gonna look at it.
You must have taken the camera.
She found it, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so why is this called an anvil case? You see, look, it says anvil cases. You know what an anvil is? An anvil? It's a big heavy metal thing, right? And you use it to bang stuff with, right? It's very heavy. That's why this is an anvil case, because you can drive a car over it, and the very expensive things inside won't get broken. And so all the cases in the movie set are like this. Cameras, lenses, very strong. Okay, so now we're going to make a movie, or we're going to learn how to make a movie. So I need, first thing we need to do is write a script. Okay, so who wants to write the script? You? Who else? You?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to go with Vic and she's going to help you write a script. Get some paper and a pencil. And I need a minimum of 5 lines in my script, and I don't want any more than 7 lines. And I want it to be interesting and dramatic. Okay? Okay, so now, who's going to be on the camera crew? The camera crew? Okay. All right.
Момент. Много ви моля, гледайте къде стъпвате.
So, camera crew, that's you and you.
Които се снимат, кои ще снимат?
Okay, and this guy. Okay, so I need you to set up this tripod. And I need you to set up the tripod. You're going to do it back there. And then after the tripod is set up, you're going to put the camera on top of it. So the camera gets mounted onto the tripod plate. You and what's it? You and who else? Okay. Yeah, it's going to take 3 of you. Okay, so the first thing is set the tripod up.
Разпъвате треножника, внимателно виж имате колени.
Alright, so take this and that over there and set those up.
Е там към края.
Okay.
Камерата
Now you need to be careful because these are really sharp, okay? Okay, so who's going to be, who's going to be makeup? Green. You. Okay, come here. Okay, there's a big bag here. And who's going to be wardrobe? Okay, I just need 2 of you. Okay, so here's all the wardrobe, and there's makeup, and the only makeup is blood. Okay, there's blood in here. Okay, so. Okay, who's going to be the music? You? Who's going to be music? Yeah, somebody's going to be music. You. And that. And give me sound effects, okay? And okay, here's some more musical instruments. And another way. So sound effects and music, okay? And let's see. Who's going to be props?
Не знаете какво е? Това са предмети, които са изкуствените предмети, които се слагат на сцената. Примерно пистолети, с които се стрелят в филмите, те са пропс. Не се сещам на български думата пропс. Инвентар.
Who's gonna be my sound person and hold the long boom mic? Okay. All right. So now, who's left over who doesn't have a job? Who doesn't have a job? You don't have a job? Okay, come with me. You're an actress. And you're an actress. Yes, you're an actress. Yeah, you're an actress. And you are an actress as well. Okay. Okay, so you gotta come over here.
There's one more that doesn't have one.
There's plenty of things to do. Okay. How's the camera go?